How's it going, Marcos Villegas, Fight Hub TV, being joined with Calvin Ford here in Miami ahead of this Gervonta Davis versus Jake Paul fight happening here in Miami. Good press conference yesterday? Good preference in New York? How we feeling?
Set up, nice format. Everything was good. I enjoyed it.
So how are we with everything, man? How's Tank been?
In a good headspace, great headspace. Looking good. You know, just trying to go through our stages. You know, it's like pre-camp, then camp. You know, get them from. We ain't fought in a while. You know what I'm saying? We was getting prepared for Roach, and then we got blessed with this fight. That's how I look at it. You know.
Yeah, it took everybody by surprise. So tell me, you know, when did you hear about this?
They've been going back and forth for years, Tank and Jake. They've been going at it for years, and it would have happened sooner. You know what I'm saying? But we have hiccups in life. That's what I call it, hiccups. But they lessons to learn from. But we back on track and we're keeping it moving.
When you heard about the fight, were you like, wait, what? Like, we're doing what?
Actually, when I heard about the fight, they called me and said, what you thought about the fight? I said, the fight doable. You know what I'm saying? Because I watched Tanky for years, and I watched other young men and gyms, you know, deal with big guys. You know what I'm saying? Yes, he's big. To me, it's like Jake having his first open fights. If anybody know about the amateurs going open, then you go pro. So, you know, he's a great fighter guy that does have skills. You know what I'm saying? My only concern is, you know, the gloves. You understand what I'm saying? Because we don't fight in 12-ounce gloves. We don't use 12-ounce gloves. That's training gloves. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, that's 2 pounds away from Jake. He fights in 10s. Tank fighting 8s. So he losing 4 ounces. So my thing is, I said, they said, put Tank in 8s, put him in 10s. That makes the fight more interesting. You know what I'm saying? And we'll go from there because I understand. And I brought that question up to one of his handlers. They was, no, we don't want to do no mixed match. It's supposed to be an expedition.
Why does it matter?
What, you know, now y'all want the wins and the loss.
This is the moment the fight officially lands. The coach frames the surprise, sizing up the matchup and demanding respect. His tone blends eagerness with caution, a veteran's voice preparing for a storm. We see the seeds of tension. They called me fight doable, and subtle hints at internal pressure. It's compact, potent.
I'm saying all these prescriptions, but you want to be great. Being great is really pushing the envelope. You know what I'm saying? You know, Tank don't really care, you know. So when I brought this up, he said, dang, facts. You know what I'm saying? So, again, you know, he can weigh the 10s and we weigh the 8s. Then we got to fight, you know.
The weight, how's that going to work out? Like,
well, they got him at 190, 195. I thought it was going to be 190. So they gave him 5. So again, they keep giving, you know. I ain't worrying about the weight. You know what I'm saying? We got to deal with it. We taking the fight. We signed the contract. We're going to make it do what it do, you know.
How much do you think he's going to weigh like the night of the fight? Like, yeah, and both. Like, is there anything in place where like Jake can't weigh more than like?
Based on how he handled himself through camp. Camp is the most important thing because if you have a good camp, you're going to have a great fight. So my thing is just making sure the camp is good. We're doing all the necessary things, dealing with the weight, the gloves and all that stuff, you know.
I know a lot of people wanted to see Gervonta rematch Lamont. What are your thoughts on that, you know?
Tank, everybody he fight, he make famous. Roach was a nobody before he fought. Nobody. World champion. You know what I'm saying? I look at it like this. If any of them top guys that they talk about would have had an offer that been offered to Tank, they'd have jumped on it too. That's happening. You know what I'm saying? My suggestion is you put me in a light where everybody know me now. You know what I'm saying? Let me keep it moving. I come back to Tank later. You know what I'm saying? I understand that's the biggest payday of his life. You know what I'm saying? But it's more out there. You know now. You know what I'm saying? You look at Pitbull, he running with it. Brody still on top. Barrio still on top. You know what I'm saying? Martin about to fight soon, so it's about to see where he's at. I just look at it like, oh, forget about that. Tank, go in and do what you got to do because at the end of the day, it's about taking care of you and your family. You know what I'm saying?
It was more of a business decision for this fight. Is there still hope that a rematch happens?
It's based on the individuals, you know what I'm saying? Because we have seen old fighters got back in the ring to finish this settlement. It's based on the fighters or what they want to do. And one thing people don't understand, money is being spent before the fight. You see what we walked into, it was a nice press conference from New York to here. A lot of money been involved doing what they're doing to get it off, you know what I'm saying? And actually, everybody didn't believe in the Tank and Roach fight, the first fight. But look at it now, it came into be a bigger fight now. So we had to wait and see how this fight finish out.
Yeah, I was thinking that first off, when you see this fight, do you see like Tank just having his way with Jake? Like,
here we plunge into nitty-gritty. Glove sizes, stays of 2 to 4 ounces, and fairness in rules. Ford isn't just talking. He's negotiating through words. He calls out the disparity, presses for balance, and subtly frames Jake as a foil, not a pushover. This slice is where strategy meets confrontation.
Like, no?
No, I'm gonna tell you, this is what I tell Tank, and Tank said it in the interview. Yeah. I said, Tank, y'all going there doing y'all thing, woo-woo-woo. And I said, he ain't giving you nothing. Let's look at it. Look at all the persons he fought. He ain't giving them nothing. Especially when he fought Tyson. He took a lot. He stripped Tyson of a lot of things. And I said, he ain't giving you nothing. You mean to tell me you start hitting Jake with some shit, he ain't gonna fight back? He said, fact. So I said, you gotta take him serious. You know what I'm saying? Because he talked about, he had you on a hit list before this fight even happened. So his mental is on you. And he said it in the interview. How you think about something, make it come out, and look where we at now. It's about to happen. So you have to take him serious.
Yeah, I think, like the boxing fan is looking at this maybe and thinking like, Tank, there's levels to this. Tank has been fighting his whole life. Like, yeah, the weight is a big difference, but like Tank's a mean guy in there. Like, once he sees red, he's gonna go after him, and like.
And that's the part we want to see. We don't know his performance of this fight. Tank been talking this way, and I understand that.
We shift into the business and ambition zone. The discussion turns to weight limits, contract obligations, rematches, and legacy. We sign the contract. We going to make it do what it do becomes a mantra. Calvin outlines possibility after possibility, acknowledging the hard decisions behind the spotlight. It's a calm before the storm, layering purpose.
Why he's talking that way? He's been doing it for so long. If you work a regular job, you've been doing it so long, and you see it's like, you want to get bored. So this fight might wake him up. You know what I'm saying? This fight might bring that beast back. You always talk about, I don't want to do certain things because I need my beast to be in me, and being around him, he's at a good place right now, a great place.
Yeah, that's a big question. I guess a lot of people had over the course of this whole thing when he first mentioned that he was maybe thinking about retirement. Where is he with that?
Well, after the Roach fight, he said, I don't think I'm retiring. We're still fighting now. He was getting ready for the Roach rematch. So he's still fighting. So just let him do him. You know what I'm saying? And the fans be grateful that he's putting in the work to give them some type of entertainment.
In general, how do you see him now compared to maybe like a year and a half, 2 years ago in terms of his mental?
It's coming along. Everybody goes through that stuff. I went through my stuff. Everybody have them little ups and downs in life. That's what life is. I had a little youngin named Too Sharp, and they said, man, being a devil is hard because it's responsibilities and stuff. He been fighting to get where he had all his life, and now he's there, and then it's another beast, being that guy. Everybody calling you out. Everybody wants you. You know what I'm saying? Everybody tugging at you. That's part of that life when you that guy. I was looking at an article when we look at all the great fighters that's been, I wouldn't say disrespected, but they was going through that. Oh, he ain't fight this, he ain't do this. All of them go through that.
Now we witness cracks and strength in equal measure. Ford speaks on mental health, boredom, burnout, and the deeper emotional toll of being the guy. He addresses doubts, retirement whispers, and that internal struggle between drive and peace. The tone shifts to reflective, vulnerable, yet unbroken. This is where the man behind
That's part of the boxing game. Stay strong, youngin'. The main thing I wanted to do is just be happy, because when they put the dirt over you, it's over with. Live your life. Enjoy your family. He got 2 beautiful kids, man. And I seen him when he hold his newborn son. He's happy. You can't. You know how it is when you have a new kid. You a son, man. Come on. So I'm happy for him. You know, do what's best for you.
Yeah, because a lot of people have said like, oh, maybe his heart's not in it as much as it was before.
Well, it's not that. We work jobs. People that work jobs and go to the same plant, same desk every day, you get bored. Like, I need a change. That's all it is. You need a change. And maybe Jake would be that change. You know what I'm saying? I seen him jumping out his Ferrari the other night. You know what I'm saying? I was like, dang, he ain't drive that in a while or do that, give you that look in a while. So he's feeling good.
Okay, if he, because this was my thinking, like this makes the Roach rematch bigger, especially if Tank more or less gets like a knockout win in that, you know?
Well, you know me, I don't believe in knockouts, I believe in punishment. This a big tall glass of work. You know, if Tank put in the work that I believe that he's been doing for so many years, man, it's gonna have people really thinking like, you know what I'm saying? Because I know Jake is coming to fight. I just know it. You know what I'm saying? He have this thing in his head. He's seen what Roach did to him. You know what I'm saying? But it's things that I know that he don't know. You know what I'm saying? And it's going to be an interesting night that night.
Given you guys have the type of fight that you guys want to have, is it on the top of his mind, your mind, to go into a rematch with Lamont? Is that like part of the plan?
Right now, I'm only worried about what I got to stand in front of. Yeah. I'm not. When we was getting ready for Lamont, it was a different element there. You know what I'm saying? We our family know what was going on. You know what I'm saying? And we was preparing for it. But then when that opportunity changed, it's just like when a fighter get hurt and you training for that fighter. What they do? They change opponents. And you have to prepare yourself for that opponent. Right now, Jake is the guy. We got to get ready for him.
It's still a crazy fight, right? Like 50-pound difference?
Hey, listen. If Tank pull this one off the way I want him to pull this one off, guess what? He's going to be the hero of a lot of young kids out there that be bullied.
This stretch dives into identity, therapy, family, and the beast within. Ford recalls darker times, resentment, and the ever-present battle to stay sharp. He argues that calm doesn't mean dormant, that every setback is lesson, that public perception can't steer your soul. His words cut, motivate, and demand respect all at once.
Out there that's worrying about people bigger than you. Don't worry about the bigness. It can happen if you believe.
Is there any sort of like rehydration clause or any other like weird things that like?
Not that I know of. I didn't see all that. You know what I'm saying? You know, again, the commissioner's going to make sure they put the things in because they want to keep everybody safe so nobody don't run into no big problems. You know what I'm saying? The main thing is on Netflix. Everybody can watch it, come and enjoy it. You know what I'm saying? And see history in the making.
I know you mentioned you guys are kind of taking it, you know, fight by fight. In general, do you think we see Tank still 2 years, 3 years still active, or it's like really up in the air?
History knows. Most fighters say they retire, they chilling, and what they wind up doing?
Coming back.
It's in their blood, man. But I think he just want to spend some time with his family, enjoy life. Woosah. Get what I'm saying? In this fight right here, he got to put in work.
You know, he mentioned that he likes the headspace that he's at right now. Can you talk a little bit about that, like the work that he's been doing?
His change of music is different. You know what I'm saying? When we in camp, it's more calmer and whatnot. We sit there and communicate, talk about a lot of things, you know, and I always tell him, man, you know my motto, don't tell me about it, let's do it. So that's his thing. So his mind is waiting to just do things that he want to do. You know, I said, Tank, when you put things on the social media goes crazy. It go crazy. So I said, man, just stay positive because that's the main thing. Just stay positive. If there's anything negative come around you, man, walk away from it.
I know. I think like in an interview he mentioned that he wanted to do therapy, but he was maybe a little hesitant because he noticed that once people go through therapy, like in boxing, it like quells the lion in a sense.
It doesn't. It's just that fire that keeps that fire inside of it. Like me, you know, everybody, why are you so nice? I'm only nice because I have to be, because I came from a life that I had to be a certain way. I don't have to be that way now. And my friend Kenny always tell me, yo, it's boxing. Don't take it serious. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes we can get pushed over the deep end and the next thing what you work for is gone. So sometimes you just got to let things go.
Yeah, very true. It's hard though, because you have a lot of resentment built up over, like, you feel situations that aren't fair, and then you start like, why did this happen to me? You know?
Well, that's the test to make you better. See, when I look at bad things happen, I don't look at it as a bad thing. It's a lesson into it, because the Almighty said this: in the beginning it was darkness, and then when light got on it, it was all what? Good. So anything in life, it's just like the season. When it rains outside, the sun gonna come out. When it's cold outside, it's gonna get warm. You just got to deal with it, but it's a lesson there. It's a lesson in there for you to look at it to make yourself better with.
Very, very true. Hey, can I get your reaction to Terrence, what he did? That's another crazy thing, right?
No, that's not crazy. No, I say it's not crazy because I predicted. I said Canelo was going to get old in the ring that night. No disrespect to Crawford. He did a good. Crawford could have stopped him. He could have. You know, me being a coach and watching how the fight was going on, he could have stopped him. And I know he's saying it in his mind, but he was being humble of Canelo. He was being humble, and it was a great fight, and it was good talk for the boxing world. And that's what it's all about, to entertain, to get us something to look at. We've been entertained like this for years, for centuries, of gladiators and stuff, going in the ring, representing their fans.
How many weight classes is 135 to where Jake?
County, man, because them things I don't want to think about. I just want to make sure that we come out to fight safe, unharmed, and we put on a great, fantastic show for the people, so they can sit there and say, "Man, Tank a beast."
I'll mention it to you off camera. I have a thought as to how maybe I shouldn't do this. Maybe I shouldn't. But I believe of the saying, there's levels to this, and even if he is smaller, he's been fighting his whole life, and Jake's gonna see that.
When you're in that ring, it looks different.
Yeah.
It looks different. Floyd said this. Floyd said this right in front of me one time. He said, I don't care what you tell him. He's not in the ring with you. You know what I'm saying? I was watching Jake. He was getting Tank's measurements. See, everybody don't pay attention to him. He was getting Tank's measurements to see can he really touch Tank. You know, so we looking at these things. You know what I'm saying? But when you get in that ring and them lights on it, it means something.
In the finale, he weaves the bigger picture. Comparisons with Crawford and Floyd, legacy, and the higher stakes, for fans, fighters, and history. He brushes on press, humility, the lights, and their magic. He closes with a challenge. Support the man, watch him fight. The close is weighty, visionary, and bracing, a fitting capstone.
You know what I'm saying? It's a different beast. And I know Tank. He loves the lights. He loves it. When you see him smile and you see him putting it together, we're going to sit there and say, oh, this is going to be a fight. Everybody say, oh, it ain't going to be a fight. Tune in. Trust me, it's going to be a fight.
Was that push kind of Tank sizing him up, seeing like, okay, let's see how heavy he is, or if I can push him around?
It just, Jake crossed the line too close. He was like in his chest. He was in his chest, and that's why Tank was like backing off. And when I seen that, I said, okay, it's glimpse of Tank still in there. You get what I'm saying? You know, so when I seen him, you know, cross that threshold, man, back up off of me. You know, because last fight he was too friendly with Roach. Too friendly, you know. And I see a little glimpse of it, and I understand he's trying to stay humble, you know what I'm saying? Because you get to a point, you see a glimpse of it when he's talking, you know, but he's trying to stay humble, trying to learn how to control that beast.
As a coach, just going back on the Canelo Crawford fight, what stuck out to you the most that Terrence did and that Canelo didn't do?
Canelo couldn't figure it out. He couldn't figure it out. You can see it. He was trying. He was doing all types of shots. And you know, I'm a boxing fan. I'm a coach fan. I study all the time. You could see it that he was frustrated. He was frustrated trying to get to him. You get what I'm saying? And Terrence, same crew, same everybody. Nothing changed. He just did what he was supposed to do, that he normally been doing. You know. So it's like I don't know what else to say now. You know. Salutes to Crawford and his team. They put on a marvelous job.
Where does he rank now, all time? Ending this interview.
Number one, and the only one that he got at top is Floyd. You know what I'm saying? Terrence Crawford's this generation guy. You know what I'm saying? Accomplishing all the goals that he accomplished.
Matched up? How do they match up, Floyd and Terrence?
Hey, I'm like this, man. It's going to be great because Floyd, he's about his work. He put in work. We've been watching it for decades. You know what I'm saying? Him coming out of retirement to do this fight, that's a win for the whole world boxing. Every generation from Floyd's generation to this generation, they get to see it come. That's just like we never get to see Michael Jordan play, right? But we remember when he used to play. Come on. So
We're seeing all these crazy exhibitions. Maybe we see Floyd and Terrence in an exhibition. That'd be something crazy as well.
just to have two great guys that completed a lot of things in their life of boxing and come together and just give the fans something to talk about.
Calvin, it's always a pleasure speaking with you. Man, thank you so much. Appreciate it. Just a message to all the fans out there.
Hey, in the words of Gervonta Tank Davis, support him. He'll fight for you.